My name's Elizabeth Lund, and I'm a full-time staff member at Tallgrass. I had always been interested in homeschooling and alternative education since I was a teenager, and at some point I wanted to figure out how I could be involved in it more full-time since I don't have kids of my own. And I started as a volunteer here, and then I became a full-time staff member this present year. I feel like it's a much more honest school. I think a lot of schools say that they respect their kids and that they give them choices. I think we actually do. And I think that that really sets us apart from a lot of education that's based on manipulating children or trying to get them to do certain things in a certain order. I also like that this kind of education really gives students rights and lets them really participate as full people and not as a sort of second-class citizens as children. It's a lot of different things. So I think I'm here to keep things running, I guess, is a big part of it. And that could mean anything from trying to figure out how we should do tuition for next year to playing with a 5-year-old and doing an obstacle course with them if they want to, if they need somebody to play with. Yeah, so I think I'm here to help students have a good environment and help them to some extent figure out what they want to do if they're looking for help from me. Almost anything. So it varies a lot from anything from like picking up after things and cleaning all the way up to like thinking about what the school's going to be like 5 years in the future and how can we make the finances work. So it can go back and forth from like really high-level stuff to really just like on the ground in the trenches painting the ceilings kind of stuff. I'm the admissions clerk, so I do a lot of the admissions stuff. I am also the office clerk, so I keep the office neat and make sure that we've got organized files and have the office supplies that we need. I am the school meeting secretary. I take minutes for the school meetings and make sure that information is distributed in ways that to the school community. And then there's only 2 full-time staff members here, so we all kind of pitch in with everything. Yeah, I mean, it's everything from being a friend to people to very different things. So. Definitely when new kids come, especially if they're coming from a more traditional school, they have some periods where they kind of look around and are like, what am I supposed to be doing? Who's going to tell me what to do? I remember at the beginning of this year, a lot of people being like, is every day like this? And being like, when are the classes going to get started? And I was like, well, you know, we only do classes if you want to do classes. You don't ever have to do classes here if you don't want to. And it took them a while to really be like, oh, you meant that. Okay, so it is, okay. So usually the biggest time I see boredom is like if somebody's friends aren't there on a particular day, they may be looking around a little bit more for something to do. But especially the younger ones, they just come in and they know exactly what they want to do. They want to play. They might have some things that they've talked about with their friends that they want to do that day. They kind of have their plan. Through life, I mean, I'm exposed to things that I didn't know about every single day here. So it's a question we get a lot, but it's also kind of a confusing question to me because if you're talking to people, interacting with people, if you're looking at stuff online, you're just naturally going to be exposed to so many different things. I think that our school offers a lot more opportunity to be exposed to things because there's things like we go to the store a lot, or the students can get certified to go off campus, so they can get exposed to a lot more than just what's in a typical school building.